Greetings, my name is Di Murphy, and I'm standing here in the gardens at St. Scholastica, and I want to welcome you all to your reunions in the age of COVID. You know, when I first walked through the doors here as a 13-year-old, I was pretty overwhelmed. I came from St. Hilary, which was a much smaller school, run by the Benedictines as well. But when I came here, this building was so big and the ground seemed so vast. There were multiple floors and lockers and a chemistry lab and maybe even a pool on the 4th floor. Now, my sister was a junior here and my mother had graduated here before us, so we've all had 12 years of Benedictine education for which we're eternally grateful. But still, I was a little bit overwhelmed. And then I went to my first class, which was Latin 1 with Sister Geraldine, and I had the great fortune of being seated next to the marvelous Betty Bappert, and I subsequently made my first friend. You know, in the hindsight of 50 years, that one experience was the beginning of what would be the most impactful period of my life. 4 years of love and friendship, hospitality, education, of course, spirituality, and social consciousness, all taught by example, mostly by the Benedictines and other women, and all done from the core belief that we as young women could be anything that we wanted to be. Our gender was a blessing. It wasn't a liability. It wasn't a limitation. Our minds, our ideas, our souls were all forces to be nurtured and to be prepared to go out to change a world that did not value women, where the glass ceiling was very, very high. Because we were loved for who we did change the world. We've had 2 mayors of Chicago be women, one of which was a graduate of here. We've had a female candidate for president win the popular vote. We've had female astronauts and marriage equality. It was a woman who did the math that got us to the moon and back. And all of the countries that have handled COVID-19 the best have all been run by women, and the Me Too movement has come out of the shadows. Our gender is a blessing, and love does work. As you look around and you share the stories and the photographs of your children and grandchildren today, I want you to think about all the love that it took to create those stories and those children, and where you first learned to love. I guarantee you this place, St. Scholastica, will be in the mix. Enjoy your time with these women, these classmates that have known you since you were 13 years of age. And so from our class, the class of 1970, as we celebrate our 50th reunion, to all of you who are celebrating your reunions, I say welcome. And enjoy your time. Remember that love works, because quite honestly, it's the only thing that does. And if all else fails as you are on your Zoom calls, reboot. Have a good time. Namaste.